Have you ever let a single sentence make your entire day feel heavy? Not a major crisis, not a great loss, just a small remark, a look of contempt, a message left unanswered. And suddenly your mood shifts, your energy drops, and your joy fades away. You still go to work, still go through your daily routine, but inside, there is a quiet, restless storm. We often think, that person made me angry, that situation made me uncomfortable. If they hadn't said that, I would have been fine. But have you ever asked yourself why the same words can make one person explode while another remains calm? The difference is not in the words, it is in the reaction. Once, there was a man who lived exactly like this. He lived among people, yet he was always at war. At war with his wife, at war with his neighbors, at war with the smallest things. If his wife forgot to add salt to the food, he shouted. If the neighbors were noisy, he lost his temper. Whenever life didn't go his way, anger erupted instantly. He believed he was honest. He believed he couldn't tolerate injustice. But without realizing it, he was slowly losing his own peace. After every outburst, the one most deeply wounded was not the person he yelled at. It was himself. His chest felt heavy, his head ached, and his nights were sleepless. Anger is like fire. It does not burn others first. It burns the one who holds it. One night, he sat alone in silence. There was no one left to blame, no one left to accuse. And for the first time in his life, he asked himself why. After every angry reaction, his life never seemed to get better. Then he realized a painful truth. Every time he reacted in anger, he was handing over control of his emotions to someone else. Anyone could make him explode. Anyone could ruin his day. He had lived like that for many years, until he learned something very simple. When someone throws mud at you, you can either catch it or step aside. Not catching it is not weakness. It is wisdom. From that day on, whenever anger appeared, he paused. He didn't react immediately. He didn't speak right away. He simply stood still and took a deep breath. At first, it was incredibly difficult. His mind screamed that they were disrespecting him, that staying silent meant losing, that he had to respond. But slowly, he began to understand that not every battle is worth fighting. Once, someone deliberately insulted him, mocking, teasing, provoking. Everything inside him wanted to explode. But he chose silence and quietly said, "I don't need to carry this anger with me." Strangely, he didn't feel weaker. He felt lighter. People began to say he had changed, that he wasn't the same anymore. And they were right. He was no longer someone led by his emotions. When asked how he could stay calm when others insulted him, he replied, "If someone offers you poison, you don't have to drink it." From the moment he stopped reacting, his life slowly changed. Not because the world became kinder, but because he no longer allowed the world to control his mind. Those who once provoked him grew bored. Those who once looked down on him became cautious. And those who were genuinely kind began to draw closer. He came to understand something deeply. Silence is not always submission. Sometimes silence is self-respect. Silence because you understand, and silence because you refuse to hurt yourself. Silence because you no longer need to prove anything. He didn't become cold. He simply stopped letting emotions drive his life. Emotions are like waves. Fight them. and you become exhausted. Drift with them, and you become lost. But observe them, and they will pass. Perhaps today you are hurt by someone's words, pressured by work, misunderstood without a chance to explain, and you feel the urge to react. Before you do, ask yourself whether it is worth trading your peace for this moment. Not everyone who angers you deserves a place in your mind. The day that man learned not to react was the day he truly began to live. You cannot control what people say. You cannot control the chaos of the world. But you can always control how you respond, where you place your heart, and the path you choose next. Every time you remain calm, you grow a little stronger. Every time you choose not to react, you reclaim a piece of your freedom. The next time someone tries to pull you into their anger, pause, take a deep breath, and whisper to yourself, I choose peace. Because the one who controls their reaction is the one who controls their life. If this story touched you, if you see yourself somewhere in these words, stay with us. Subscribe to the channel to continue this journey through stories that help you live slower, deeper, and stronger in a restless world. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next video.